Eccoci, benvenuti su Ghiera, un giro attorno al mondo dell'orologeria. Oggi, come avete visto, ho il piacere di essere presso la manifattura di A. Lange und Söhne. I hope to pronounce it well, and I'm very happy to give to all of you the opportunity to see some pieces of the collection with the presence of...
My name is Arndt Einhorn, and I have the pleasure to show you a few pieces from the collection. Actually, it's one representative from each family we have, and we start here with Lange 1, as the name says already, the first model within our collection after the comeback of a brand in 1994. So Lange 1 with a decentralized dial with an outside date for the first time that the outside date was presented in a serial timepiece and power reserve of 3 days and the interesting dial architecture.
Really an amazing piece.
Thank you. Probably the best known also from our collection.
For sure.
When we have a Saxonia family, also represented, introduced in 1994, but there was different iterations over time. Here we have one with an Aventurine dial. It is just 2 hands, so the Saxonia.
Very simple, but playful.
Yeah, Saxonia Sin. It's a very thin timepiece, and well, actually the only one as a 2-hand watch within the collection.
Beautiful.
Very festive with a sparkling dial also.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have...
When we have a Richard Lange, and which is a bit more complicated here, it's a Richard Lange tourbillon polymerite. It even includes a fusee and chain mechanism, which is difficult to see on the back. It is with a tourbillon and with a switching subdial, which allows to have a full circle of hour indication, but also, depending on the time, the full circle of a tourbillon hole to see the beauty of a tourbillon mechanism inside.
Really beautiful. And then we are going...
We have the 1815 family, 1815 called after the birth year of the founder, Ferdinand Adolf Lange. And in this case, we have an annual calendar with all the indications of calendar information except the leap year, which you find in the perpetual calendar, not here in this one. So once in a year, you have to correct the date, end of February, manually, so once in a year, but it might be a joyful moment.
Yeah, I think so. Let's jump into...
We go on with a datograph, the first chronograph within the collection of Lange after the comeback, introduced in 1999. So next year celebrating its 25th anniversary. And this is not the very first version of a datograph. This one with up and down was introduced later on in 2012, but the up and down you can see here. It's a very useful additional feature in this timepiece. It's a flyback chronograph, exactly jumping minute counter, and a beautiful movement, and as many people say, one of the most beautiful chronograph movements in the whole industry.
Yeah, I think so. All the engraving also that we have seen today, it's really an amazing job.
And the interesting architecture in the dial with the outside state and then the 2 subdials, so the triangle architecture, which was done on purpose to make very clear from the very beginning that this is an in-house developed new chronograph movement that was quite a sensation in 1999.
And let's end with...
And, well, finally, we have the Odysseus here. Odysseus introduced in 2019, and this was a year later introduced when in white gold. The first version was in stainless steel. It's our so-called sporty, elegant watch for different, also more sporty, more active use, and well, the latest family introduced by Lange & Söhne, and well, in this case, even with a rubber strap, which also was done for the first time. And
Go with this, what do you think?
okay, that's a very special piece. It's the Zeitwerk Lumen
Yeah.
with a very special dial, the Lumen dial, which is a series of pieces we have done. In total, it has been 4 different Lumen watches so far. This was the very first when we started the Lumen series, and you can almost look through. It's kind of transparent view on some parts of a movement. Nevertheless, you can see the dial surface, and it's a very interesting principle because it's illuminated and you can see the indications even at nighttime.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was the best way to close
Very,
the collection. Thank
very
you.
quick explanation, but you have at least a rough overview.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.